063 Marketing, Production, and Publishing.
Hoobazoo.com.
Light it up, burn it down, and turn up.
Tonight I have a really special guest, and a lot of times I like to interview. You'll start noticing as time goes out in my shows the different kind of people I'm interviewing. I'm not just focusing on the people that are up here or down. I'm just kind of all over the place. But let me bring in my special guest, because tonight, to me, out of all the people I've interviewed over the years and the people I've met over the years, I have to say this cat is one of the most interesting guys I've ever met in my life. Everybody meet Champagne City.
I don't know how the world do.
Yeah. Well, let me say this too, because I'm interviewing two people today. Okay, even though there's only one person, I'm interviewing two people. I'm interviewing Champagne City and Waverly Jones.
Yeah.
And who's Waverly Jones?
Waverly Jones. A lot of people, they don't really get to meet that guy. That's the government name. He a weird guy though. He a weird guy too.
Who's Champagne City then?
Champagne City, that's the one that the world know. That's everybody get to see. Champagne City tells Waverly Jones stories. That's who Champagne City is. He like the author of Waverly Jones.
Gotcha. I mean, like I said, today's show is really based about it's a story about survival. It's a story about death. It's the story about survival again. Inspiration. So there's many things that are going on in this interview, and I'm very grateful that you're willing to open yourself up for me and for the audience and people watching this today. I really think people are going to come away with a lot of shit, because everyone's watered down with what's happening online and listen to this politician, that politician. Nobody's really focused on what's really happening, and we got a guy here, and I'll back up a second. How I met Champagne City was, I was doing a gig, what was it? It was the Eminem and Rihanna after party in Detroit last year. And a mutual friend of ours, Miss LB, made a call to Champagne City and said, hey man, could you go down to this thing and help my guys? But you were telling me yesterday, and I didn't know this, she really sent you down to protect us in the beginning, make sure nothing happened to us. I was like, damn, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I told Miss LB, shout out to Miss LB, that's my baby right there. And me and her was talking about it, and she was saying how it was a great opportunity, and like anybody, like when you care for somebody and you love somebody like I do, Miss LB, once she mentions somebody's name, then you're gonna get the same treatment, from me, and until you prove yourself otherwise. So when she said it and she mentioned y'all, I'm telling her, I'm like, well, right now Detroit kind of wild right now. They killing everybody, and like a Eminem and Rihanna concert, like that's the perfect opportunity to get somebody. Even though Trick was gonna be there, Royce 5'9", they was gonna be there, but still, like, y'all don't know Trick. You know what I'm saying? So y'all ain't gonna have the same protection. And that's where a lot of people, they come there and they prey on people. So I knew what time it was. So I told Miss LB, I said, shit, like if it's really like that, Miss LB, I'm gonna call my people and I'm gonna have my people there, and then I'm gonna fly in town. So that's what I did. I had my people ready and I flew in town, made sure everybody was all right.
And I gotta say that
you see how I was locked on y'all. Even afterwards, I'm like, where y'all going? Y'all going here? Okay, y'all okay.
Yeah, I never put it together. I mean, because you helped out with so many different things. I didn't know the main reason why you first came down was for protection. I wasn't even thinking that. So that blew my mind when you told me yesterday. But I got to tell you about that one particular gig. Like you said, it was sold out both nights. It was pretty wild and crazy. The place is right across the street from where they were performing 2 nights in a row. And to me, out of all the, we did a bunch of radio interviews on FM stations with Roysta and all these other people, and met all these people, Trick, all these people. But to me, and it was an incredible experience, but to me, no experience was better than the experience of meeting you, buddy. And I don't know what happened between you and I, but we kind of connected at that moment. And, all the other bullshit hoopla was aside, real people came together. And for that, I'm very grateful. And, from that experience, I also got to know you on a personal level a little bit. And to me, I've heard a lot of stories over the years, City, and I'm always fascinated by the stories of survival and everything else. And to me, your story is amazing. And listen, if there's any question, because you told me before, I can ask any question I want. And I said, what if I ask about a certain thing? You said, I'm smart enough to know to get around it. And so I appreciate your honesty, because you really are opening yourself today with this interview. And I'm not sure if you're not one to spread your news like this. So to me, I really appreciate it. I really believe at the end of the day, this interview is going to do good and help people in a positive manner. I do believe that. So being that said, you're cool with everything?
Oh yeah, I'm good with it. I told you, Mike, Mike, you my people, man. You ask and I will tell.
Yeah, because like I said, you have inspired me. I tell your story because there's a lot of people fucking complaining about all kinds of bullshit in life. My producer calls it white people's problems. I'll come up and complain about something real stupid, and he'll be like, "That's white people's problems, Mikey." But a lot of people complain about a lot of shit around you. So when I hear something really negative, from time to time, I pull up your story and put it. And every single time I pulled up your story, for whatever reason, it has put them back on track. So being all that said, City, I want to start right from the beginning, because there's also a lot I don't know about you, and I'm very fascinated about you because, again, you've led a pretty wild life, and there's still no ending to this. There's still a lot of wildness left, you know what I mean? And growing and spiritually and everything. So, take us right from the beginning, like, what is Champaign City? Well, now we're going to be checking out Waverly Jones, because Champaign City hasn't been born yet, correct?
Correct.
All right, so let's hear. I mean, were you born and raised in Detroit? Family. What was going on as a kid?
Believe it or not, I always ask my mama, could I tell the story of how things happen, and the story goes like, my mom, she grew up in New Orleans, the Magnolia Project. She was a project girl. Lived in Jersey, ended up in Pontiac, and she just, she was raised rough, very fucked up, my grandmother, she was like one of the last slaves, so my mom, she grew up, under a woman who couldn't read or write. Like, I remember we used to have to, tell our grandmother how to spell our name, like, consistently. So, like, if she giving us like a card for a birthday, or she giving us a card for like Christmas or just anything, we had to tell her how to spell our name to put it on, to put on the cards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, when you grow up like that, you just you do whatever for money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like I used to tell my mama, like, I don't fault you for what you did to get money, because you only gonna do what you know what to do.
Yeah.
So, I ended up being born in Lansing, Michigan, because my mother, she was on a run from a robbery, and she was like, she was a heroin addict, smoke.
In front of you, with like when you guys were kids,
No, I'm telling the story before I was even born.
Okay.
And so like, well, she was on heroin, super heavy, smoke, weed, crack, she just partied, just, anything to help ease, as she told me. So I think she was like, she was going through some pain or whatever in her side. And she told me that my Uncle John, God rest his soul, he was shooting her to the hospital. She said he had like a brand new Cutlass at the time. And he kept saying, bitch, you better not pee in my car. You know what I'm saying? Like we laugh at it, but she was like, he was serious, but he was goofy like that. Like, bitch, I don't give a fuck how much pain you in. Bitch, you better not pee in my car, because she kept saying, it felt like I gotta pee, it felt like I gotta throw up. Well, when she got to the hospital, that's when she found out she was pregnant. She was close to 8 months pregnant, and it was a boy, and it was me. You know what I mean? So she didn't even think she can even have children. So she already had two brothers. You know what I mean? So she didn't think she could ever get pregnant again. So, like, nigga, kind of like a miracle baby. You know what I'm saying? I was born dead. You know what I mean? They got me back together. But believe it or not, I was still born healthy. You know what I mean?
But she was addicted on drugs at that point when you were born, correct?
Yeah, but she told me when she found out that she was pregnant, she stopped doing drugs. But you know, up until close to 8 months, she was a avid heroin user every day. You know what I mean? That's why, like, some of my rhymes, I say I'm a heroin baby and stuff like that. But she stopped. You know what I mean? I still was born, 9 pounds 11 ounces. You know what I'm saying? So I was just born solid. You know what I mean? My mom, that's why she always said, I knew you was born to be, you couldn't be broke. She said, because even when you was developing, you couldn't be broke. She said, because heroin, if she didn't give a fuck, she like, heroin was good. She said it was good back then. It was strong back then. She said, for you to survive that shit, I knew you couldn't be broke.
But to me, how amazing, to me, and see, now some people may look at this and say, what the fuck? How could a woman do this, right? I look at it like, how amazing of your mother to tell you this stuff when she didn't have to. And she was telling you for a reason. And to me, that's pretty amazing. I mean, at the end of the day, she didn't have to tell you anything.
But you can't hide shit from your children.
Right.
Well, people always say, my child ain't old enough to know shit. Like, you don't know that. You know what I mean? Like, especially this day and age, children are very intelligent. And they can take a lot because they seeing a lot.
Yeah.
So it's better for somebody that they trust and they care to hear the fucking truth. Like, I think I know for a fact the reason why I am is because of my mama. She never she ain't hide shit from sex, drugs, guns. Like, she told me, she was like, growing up, I watched you. She was like, you was, just like I was telling you yesterday. I tell a lot of people this story. When I was growing up, I was soft. You know what I'm saying? I had a motherfucking kitty cat named Mike Tyson. That was my baby. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson just snuck out, right? And for like 2 days, I cried for like 2 days because, you know what I'm saying, my cat was gone. You know what I'm saying? That was my baby.
I just can't picture you.
Man, fucking brother won't leave that shit alone. He always bring that shit up, but I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? That was my baby. I cried over that cat, man. I love that cat. You know what I'm saying? He came back though. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like I to me, I felt like I was soft, but I wasn't really soft. It was just I was just in my feelings.
Yeah.
Dudes they afraid to let their feelings be shown, but shit, I was in my feeling and I just was showing them. You know what I mean? But like my mom said, 5th grade, she like, nigga, it's gonna be over for you. Now
you were crying on the bus and stuff, were you? The school bus?
I was crying on the bus and everything, man. I'm telling you, I remember. I can't think of the teacher, but the teacher, she walked me down to the office. Cause I was just bawling. I wanted my fucking cat. And it was like, and I'm telling them like, it ain't cause I'm feeling weak, but I'm fucking angry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like somebody took some shit from me, and to this day, I don't play that you taking shit from me. Like, that shit hits me hard.
Well, how about this then? So you're born, what was going on with your mom at that point? Like, did she have other kids right after that? Or did she wait a while? I mean, what was going on? Was she cleaning up at this point?
I'm the last of the two. You know what I mean? When she had me, she ended up getting picked up. They ended up catching her eventually. You know what I mean? She did a little prison time. And we stayed with my grandmother for a minute, but then the way society was fucked up back then, they said because my grandmother wasn't smart enough to raise 3 children, even though she, raised all the children in the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we went to foster homes and shit like that until my mama came home.
So it was you and 2 brothers?
Yeah, we spaced out. I got a brother that's 20 years older than me. So he was pretty much, doing his own fucking thing, but he always took care of us. Like, the people, foster homes that we was in, the people let him come visit us, let him come pick us up and shit like that.
Wow. So, but is your mom, is she still messed up on drugs and stuff at this point, or?
No, my mother, she passed away last January.
No, I don't mean at this moment. I mean back then. I'm still back in the day.
Oh,
because I'm gonna be growing. I'm gonna lead up to as time goes on. I'm leading up to where you're at now.
Because she went to prison. I don't know what she did in prison. But when she came home, she kind of was like, just stuck to weed. And like, you know, she used to smoke cool cigarettes. I don't even know if they make them no more. I ain't even seen them.
I think they do. I've seen them.
Yeah, so she was like a cool smoker, and you know, she just drunk like beer, you know, Crown Royal. But I never seen her do, you know. Oh, you know what? I take that back. What I'm talking about now is like when she came home from prison.
Right.
This is what she was doing. But you know, eventually after that, she did, you know, indulge back in the heroin. You know what I'm saying?
How old were you at that point?
Probably like 10, 11.
So you were old enough to know what was going on at this point.
Yeah, yep.
So what was your thoughts behind when you were seeing all this stuff going on? What was going on through your head?
I thought it was regular life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes people hear like other people's stories about how rough they grew up. People don't understand that as a kid, you don't think there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
You think that's how life is. You know what I mean? Especially like when everybody around you is living like that. What you see on TV, you don't fathom that it's really life like that on TV. You just think it's life like how it is right now.
Most people are watered down with TV. They don't understand the real life shit. It happens every day. They just have an idea, but they really don't know, because that true story is never really told often. You know what I mean? And so at this point though, so you know, when she would, let's just fast forward to this. When you would do something at this point, say you did something wrong, how would she correct you?
She'd beat the shit out of me.
And that was that. No matter what she was doing in her life, she knew what she was doing wrong. She knew, but she only cared about what you were doing wrong.
I mean, to be honest with you, once I got to 5th grade, I was out of control.
Right.
She didn't know how to tame me. It's like my grandmother used to beat her. So it's a generation thing. It takes the parent to understand what they need to change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she just didn't know at the time. I thank her for it though. You know what I mean? Because like the way she did discipline us, it was very fucked up. You know what I mean? But she don't know no better. But it never stopped anything.
Could you give us an example, or you don't want to go there?
You said what?
Could you give me an example, or you don't want to go there?
Like, you know, shit, extension cords, you know what I mean? When you about to get in the shower, I remember one time I was getting in the shower and she just came in with an extension cord swinging that bitch, you know what I mean? Because, you know, back then they used to say, you know, all else fails, take the extension cord to your kid. They'll learn then. That didn't teach me nothing.
Yeah.
See, I'm a person, I thrive off anger. I gotta have a lot going on. I gotta have a lot of pressure to work. So, you know, as a young boy, you don't really know that that's how you motivate it. So anytime my mom whooped me or beat on me, it thrived me. I instantly went to the streets with it. And
right.
So that's how, like, when 6th grade come around, I caught my first dope case. You know what I'm saying? And then when I was...
Were you like 12?
Well, how old is you? Yeah, because, I was 11 and a half going on 12. Because my birthday's in June.
Okay.
So I was still in school when when I caught the case. So I was 11 and a half, and you know what I mean, that's when I caught my first dope case.
You must have really got the shit beat out of you that day.
Nah, she was because it was more or less trying to just save me.
Right.
Because Deanna Walker, I'll never forget her, she told on me, you know what I mean? We was getting in line to go to lunch. I put my fucking jacket on and like some baggies fell out. And I never forget Deanna Walker pointed to the floor like, Miss Phillips, look what Waverly dropped. Man, when I'm telling you that instant feeling of you got a shit hit me, Lord, I thought I was fucking gangster. But when Deanna said that shit to Miss Phillips, man, I was about to shit on myself. Hey, yo, word is boss. Hey, yo, I swear. Hey, listen, I'm talking about sweat was coming. Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you. And at that time I was in some shit. But that right there, that shit froze me. I literally was just holding on to my jacket like this shit was about to. So that shit didn't go away, nigga. I still remember when we went to lunch. I'm talking to my brother Jonah, and I'm like, Jonah, yo, Deanna just told on me, man. They found the dope, and Jonah like, yo, just run. And I'm like, nah, they ain't say nothing. I'm thinking like it ain't right. Nothing gonna happen, man. As soon as I got back from recess, man, it was an officer waiting on me. And do you know, they didn't give a fuck about me. They wanted my brothers.
Really?
They literally, like, when they sat me down in the office, Man, I wish I knew what we knew now, cause we could have sued their ass. They sat me in the office with the principal. They ain't called my mama or nobody. You know what I'm saying? And they literally had a map of where my brother was at. It was like a strip, right? And my brother them had apartments and like houses set up on a strip. I could talk about it because they've been retired damn near 15 years, but they got like apartments and shit like this, right? And it was a store. The police didn't know where they was at. You know, they told me, we can make this go away. We just want to know where your brother and them, which ones they be in.
At 12 years of age, they're already trying to get you to snitch.
This is the 6th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 11 and a half going on 12. Then I was taught, I didn't say shit, man. I grabbed the paper and, you know, try to rip it up. Like, that's all it was just a defense.
Right.
Like, I felt like I had to protect my brother. Then that's when I tried to run. But the police snatched me up. And, you know, they kept me in juvie till my mom came and got me. But, you know, it was just a defense mechanism. Like, yo, I'm not telling on my brother. You know, like, what the fuck? And they was just like, yeah, your brother this. They naming off my brother name, my brother associate's name. Like, they was just naming off. They was naming off all their names. And so now they didn't play their cards. So when I'm in juvie, they not even trying to let my mama come pick me up. They steady trying to question me. You know, they didn't really beat me up, but they like tossing me around and shit, like trying to scare me. But they don't know, man, I already went through crazy shit.
So who got you into selling? Like how did you get into selling weed? You just were you hanging around with the wrong people?
I wasn't selling weed. I was selling crack.
So it's crack.
Yeah.
So how does someone come to a 12-year-old and say, hey, could you sell this for me?
Because I got it. They don't give a fuck who they get it from.
Right. I was scared about getting paid.
Yeah, when I say I'm a Pearl Street hustler, I was on Pearl Street. Pearl Street was the hottest block. It was all prostitutes just walking up and down that street.
And what were you doing with the money that you were making?
Man, blowing it on like Little Debbie cakes and shit. Like, I wasn't making a killing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My thing was like my brothers, they didn't influence me really on selling dope. I used to just steal their dope. They used to have so much dope and so much money. I'd be just taking their money. You know, like we ain't had no guidance.
Yeah. Were you doing the stuff at the same time as you were selling, or you just sold it?
I just sold it. Nah, I ain't never do crack and no shit like that. But we was smoking weed and drinking Crown Royal. We did what we can get our hands on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like other dudes in the hood, they did heroin and shit. I ain't get into that. Cause I seen how they just be sleepy, and I wanted to be giggly and eat a lot. So that's why I smoked weed, and alcohol made me jokey and laugh and shit. Cause other than that, I was always angry all the time.
Yeah. Were you at this point in your life, were you like placing blame in others and rebelling, or were you looking at it like it was a race thing? I mean, what was going through your head that was making you?
Nothing. Just wanted to eat. We ain't had no food in the house. I just wanted to eat.
Right.
I ain't think about nothing.
So you were just doing it to survive. You weren't doing it to anything
I didn't
else.
even think I was. To be honest with you, I don't think I was doing it to survive. I was just eating.
Right.
I knew you sell crack, you get money. And I just knew that shit, you know what I mean? And so I did it. I know you go in stores, you steal, you gonna eat. I know you breaking people's houses, you can get shit to sell, you gonna eat.
Yeah.
And you get clothes. So we didn't have clothes, you know what I'm saying? We didn't eat. Electricity be, cut off, you know what I mean? Like my mind got bad for a moment at one time. You know what I'm saying? So shit. We just did it. Like
your brothers were doing the same things, just on higher levels.
Wasn't even really around like that.
But were they doing stuff like that just on higher levels, or you don't even know? You weren't paying attention to anyone other than yourself.
No, like I knew my brothers was doing stuff, but they so much older than me. So like the only time I even got to really get busy is like if they came by the house and they was cooking their dope up or some shit like that. Like if they drying it or whatever, they had a little certain spot where they dried it at. They did I was so young, they didn't think I was on top of my game. Like
right.
These boys, my brothers and them didn't even know that I was doing anything until they had to come get me from juvie. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but once they found out, were they like, all right, listen, we got a new partner here, or were they like,
nah, they
in your ass?
They just thought it was they just didn't pay no attention. They was already in too deep. You ain't have time for no little kid, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like they come through, give me money, or you know they'll buy food sometime, but you know what I mean. They didn't know how I was doing it because they was going state to state doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? And when they come in town or some shit, my mama be acting like she clean or whatever, and I wasn't gonna tell on my mama. So
yeah.
You know.
Well, listen, City, we're gonna take a short music break here because I want to get back on this because we really are. You know, I'm asking a lot of questions, but it's really leading into something, and I don't know how long this is gonna take, but this is some really good shit we're getting into here. But the music break we're taking is this artist who goes by the name of Champagne City, and the track is "Break My Heart."
Let your mind be the guidance.
Right before I met you, I wasn't looking for no one. That's when you came upon me. Had my heart high like the sun. Then I fell in love, and you loved me too. But from my past trust issues, I was worried about you. You want me to trust you, but how can I trust you? And I don't know the first thing about that. There's so many questions, but how can I ask them? Messing with my heart, I just get it back. I just wanna love you, baby. I don't wanna waste no time. Wanna be the only one, baby. Please don't break my heart. I'm not sure if everything is fine, but all I want you to do is to help me realize that you'll be there, baby, when there's doubt in my mind. So when I'm in need of you, please be by my side. You want me to trust you, but how can I trust you? And I don't know the first thing about that. There's so many questions, but how can I ask them? Messing with my heart, I just get it back. I just wanna love you, baby. I don't wanna waste no time. Wanna be the only one, baby. Please don't break my heart.
Baby, you the finest pink diamonds for my kindness. Skip the candlelight, we gon' fly into the sunset. Champagne bottles gotta chill when the jet set. Only thing I ask when we fly, just enjoy it. Strawberries dip, lick your lips before you eat that. Ecstasy await us, we gon' backstroke in it. Milan is the perfect place to get your hair done. In that jet black sand, we can practice for a sun. It's me and you, baby, that's smooth and number one. Why you think everybody steady talking about us, huh? Cause they wish that they can have what we share up in the lab. What's that combination two? It just equals more math. Dad, when I'm talking like that, this is real love, baby, you can feel it off the pad. I promise one thing, you would never see sad. If I promise two things, you'll be meeting my dad.
You want me to trust you, but how can I trust you? And I don't know the first thing about that. There's so many questions, but how can I ask them? Messing with my heart, I just get it back. I just wanna love you, baby.